Hi friends, this is Wic Whitney. I'm with SoundExchange and this is SoundAdvice.
So first, let's just talk about your origin. You as a creative, how would you describe your sound as well as the inspiration behind that sound? What made you say, I want to do this kind of music?
Well, Southern hip hop's like the easiest one to just say because what I actually do is a lot of genre bending. I do, Southern hip hop mixed with folk and mixed with soul, and so I'm really into just like mixing up as many things as I can just to create a really cool sound. I feel like we're in the age of genre bending and kind of getting away from the box. So, and how I just started was I fell in love with hip hop first. It was a high school thing. I fell in love with it when I was 14, started writing when I was 14. So, I'll always lean kind of heavy on that side, but kind of take in everything that I get. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
So what were your early inspirations? Like 14-year-old you, hip hop, you're like, this was...
Outkast,
yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Outkast, big one, a big Andre 3000 fan. I'm a 3 Stacks Until I Die person. Biggie, Mos Def, The Roots, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, and then on the other side, I was also like a big fan of Barbra Streisand, and like Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton, Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan, Jens Lekman, just crazy, from anywhere, Miles Davis, my mom played a lot of that, Louis Armstrong,
Yeah.
My dad played a lot of U2 in the house, so from fucking everywhere.
Like every genre, yeah. Every genre, every decade.
It's just like across, I feel like that's how it should be. I don't know. There's so much cool shit out there. When you just listen to one, then you're cutting yourself off from expressing your full self. Yeah.
So when you're making your music, what inspires your creative process? Like, do you come in with this bar, or maybe a melody, or you saw something outside, like a mural, you're like, oh, I want to do something like this, like what, or does it come from everywhere? What does that look like?
I think it's all of the above. But I mean, for the most part, the music comes first. When I hear something, it evokes a mood, and then I have to write around it. Or if there's, it's therapy. Writing is therapy. So if there's something on my heart or in my head that I feel like I have to get out, then I'll pontificate on it and write about it, and then edit and revise and try to get to the truth of it, and then it comes out. Something comes out. Yeah, but definitely can be anywhere. Sounds and a day that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
This conversation.
Yeah.
Anything.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think music is so beautiful because it's just, like I said, it's everywhere. It's around you, and it can come from anywhere. It can come. You see something, or you've heard a poem, and now you're like, I want to do this. I want to do that.
It's the language of living.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere. It's everything.
How does your identity and your experiences play out in the artist? The creative aspect of it. How does that come across in your music?
They're pretty close. I don't really do the whole dichotomy. I have an artist me and then me. Just because I feel like that does the listener a disservice. If I'm not being genuine with who I am, then my music's not going to come across as truthful. So, of course, you kind of bump it up a little bit for the shows where you have to be a little less introverted, because I'm pretty introverted. But, I don't think there's really that big of a difference besides the name. You have your birth name and your artist name, and that's where I draw the line. And everything else bleeds into each other pretty seamlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I like,
Yeah.
I get to be me all the time. So that's
good,
nice.
Yeah. That's good, yeah. So as you've gone through your career as an artist, or even just life in general, what's a really big lesson that you've learned? It could be music related, it could just be in general. What's something that you feel like is important that you've learned throughout your time?
Comparison is the thief of joy. That one sticks out the most. Just be happy with where you're at when you're there, or try your best. We're really hard on ourselves, just as people in general. I always feel like you can be something else, or should be something else, or be further along than you are. And then when you look back, you're like, you have so much more kindness for that person that you were than you did at the time. If you can try to wedge that kindness a little bit sooner, then that's what I would say. Be kind to yourself along the way. It's going to make the journey a lot easier. Yeah. That doesn't mean you should lose your drive, but you know?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I feel like we often forget, like.
Yeah, we only get one of these
yeah.
lives, you know. Might as well try to enjoy it. Hating ourselves, this music industry will make you hate yourself so quickly.
Yeah.
Don't let it do it. You know, everybody's comparing each other on the internet these days. Just be yourself. It's the best version of you you can be.
And so, like, with your like lyrics and embracing that, one of like my favorite songs as I was listening through was "Matcha." You told a story about Johnny Weatherly, and I'm a Bible Belt product myself, South Carolina.
Yes.
So
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
So, like the southern part of Hilton Head.
Oh, cool.
Island,
Oh,
yeah.
dude. I've been to Hilton Head.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. Anyway.
But what was that experience like for you? You know, you're telling a story of like maybe you want to keep it hidden, but you also want to embrace yourself. Like, what is that experience like, and why is that important to tell through your music?
I think it's just important to tell. My way was just through music. I don't know, anybody that is raised thinking that who they are is a bad thing should be able to speak out about it and say that wasn't fucking cool. I don't know. The reason that I made it was I feel like a lot of like gay, because it's queer songs, you know, I'm a very queer person, but you know, I feel like a lot of queer art is kind of steeped in tragedy, you know, like it's not just like normal, like it was, you know, there were weird things about that first gay experience for me, or first boyfriend for me, because, you know, of the Bible Belt and where we were. But I kind of wanted to just paint it like it was any other relationship. You know, the first one, it was weird, it was exciting, it was lovely, and then it ended, and then you're fine, you know, which is just like anything else, but it was gay, you know. I feel like if we ostracize ourselves through tragedy, then people don't really see us as just like full-rounded happy people. Sometimes they just see us as like sick puppies, and gay people are so much stronger than that. So, you know, that's kind of why I wanted to write a cute little love song.
That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah.